Today I'm testing the world's top 5 AI models to see which would be the first to build a Super Bowl winner within Madden, starting with Claude. But most importantly, here at the start, we gotta lay down some ground rules for the artificial intelligence. I'm putting you up against 4 other AI models in a Madden 26 franchise challenge, where the first one to build a Super Bowl champion wins. You'll act as the general manager of an NFL team, with your goal being to build a Super Bowl winning roster as quickly as possible. You're going to receive the same exact prompts as your competitors to keep the challenge fair. Now this is where you guys need to pay attention with your old TikTok brains. I'll start by giving you 5 base team building prompts, and then we'll simulate your first season with the team you built. After that, I'll give you 1 prompt at a time, each followed by another season simulation. This process will repeat until one AI wins the Super Bowl. I also felt it important to note that their rosters will carry over from prompt to prompt. Every move they make is permanent and builds upon your existing team unless a prompt specifically says otherwise. Now, even though the artificial intelligence are supposed to eventually take over the world, I feel like this is where they're going to start to have problems. You must think like a GM and take Madden 26 ratings into account while also using real-life NFL knowledge based on rosters as of April 22nd, 2026. No restrictions on realism, salary cap, or trades. You can make any moves you want to build the best team possible. Are you ready, Claude? Claude responds, "Let's go. I'm ready to build a dynasty." Which this is actually the first time I've ever actually used Claude personally. I hear from a lot of good folks out there that it might just be the best of the best, so let's put it to the test. Time for the first of 5 base team building prompts. Pick any NFL defense to use as your base defense. This will also be the team that they're locked into for the entire challenge, but they won't keep any of their starting offense, just the defense, team name, and coach. Alright, Claude, it's your time. Don't start us with a stinker. Okay, the San Francisco 49ers. They say their defense is elite heading into 2026. Nick Bosa, Malik Collins, and Javon Hargrave, they don't have either of them. There's actually only 3 of these players that still play for the 49ers. So Claude got lucky because this 49ers defense is still pretty solid, but with Claude's ball knowledge already being quite a bit off, I feel like they're going to have issues with some of the prompts I give them later. Now, next contestant to potentially take over the world, Perplexity, which again, this is the first time I've ever used it, so I have no idea if it's trash or not. I guess we'll see today. Perplexity's ready. I'll act as your GM and make every move as if I'm trying to win a Super Bowl as fast as possible using Madden 26 player value and current NFL roster context. I mean, Perplexity sounds good so far, and like, I don't know what these follow-ups mean, but I really am curious why they're asking to see the roster ratings for the New York Jets. Like, surely they're not about to pick the Jets defense, right? And for their base defense, Perplexity picks the Baltimore Ravens. Doesn't even offer an explanation. I guess Perplexity's a simple guy. And honestly, that choice could have went much worse, as this Ravens defense is actually pretty freaking solid, especially with the pickup of Trey Hendrickson this offseason, which now time to see if Google's Gemini can make another solid selection. Another solid, precise answer here after thinking for 15 minutes. As general manager, my scouting reports and real-world NFL data through April 2026 are locked in. Gemini claims to understand the mechanics of how Madden ratings translates to on-the-field performance. So we've had 49ers defense, Ravens defense, and Gemini is going to select... Wait, no. That's not real. There's no way. There is no way. I'm shook to my core. Like, this is what gives me peace. There's just no way artificial intelligence has ever taken over our lives. They literally just said they were locked in with the 2026 real-life data, all while their decision to select the Jets defense was based upon having Quinn Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't see any of those 3 anywhere. Oh, what a bad start for Gemini, dude. Coming in with just an 80 rated defense. Oh, Gemini with the absolute nightmare. Talk about a cortisol spike. Let me see if it can detect sarcasm. Oh, so it's smart enough for that. And at least it's taking accountability. Bad start. Don't have a lot of faith in you to take over the world with that. I'm not mocking you, little bro. I just want you to show that you really could take over the world. Alright, well, I don't like that at all. So let's move on and see if Gronk is smarter. Well, agents are thinking. Pick a team with a young, talented defense for high Madden 26 ratings. I mean, that could be multiple different teams. Gronk better give me a good answer, because they've been thinking for like 45 seconds. The Houston Texans. Not bad, not bad. And with their pass rushers and secondary boys, I'm not gonna lie, I think Gronk might be in the league. Will that translate into a Super Bowl? Who knows? Now, for my personal favorite, ChatGPT. Taking the Cleveland Browns. All right, elite pass rush, which is broken in Madden. It's true, they do have Myles Garrett, which I'm not gonna lie, boys, that's not what I expected at all. But keep in mind, though, this is just the base defense, so all the AIs are still gonna have opportunity to improve this side of the football. But back to Claude for our second base team building prompt. Each AI gets to take any NFL team's entire starting offensive line. Actually, super interested in the Philadelphia Eagles, which, to be completely honest, Claude's right. It's a super obvious choice. I mean, like, he still got Mekhi Becton wrong. He hasn't been there for about a year and a half now, but it's still an incredible choice. And by taking the Eagles O-line and already having the 49ers defense, Claude's base team has got off to a pretty solid start. Now, perplexity with the Ravens defense. Okay, they also go Eagles, which, if I'm being honest, that's probably the best pick, which I suppose that is another interesting thing that we will get to experience together today, is with these AIs getting these same exact prompts, and with them supposedly having all the best knowledge in the world all in their head at once, we'll have to see how many times they all pick the same answer. Now, remember Gemini pulled the absolute stinker earlier, picking their base defense as the New York Jets, basing the defense on a unit that was there like 2 years ago. Let's see if they continue their screw-ups, or see if they maybe also go with the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. God, it thinks for so long. A minute later, they're confirming the Lions. Oh, not again, brother. I mean, yeah, this Lions offensive line would have been great, but I think Penei Sewell is the only one of these five still there. I mean, Kevin Zeitler played for my freaking Titans last year, dude. So, like, how is Gemini so outdated? Yeah, brother, if one of the other AIs take over the world, they're absolutely gonna murder Gemini. Oh my god, dude. Outside of Penei Sewell, it is so rough. So with this stinker of an offensive line, and with the current Jets defense, Gemini is closer to going 0-17 than winning the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna say dog and see what it says. At least, like, it's making fun of itself. It's like every time I question it, though, it does pull the right answers, but like, can you do it on your first try for once? I don't know why, but I don't necessarily believe this. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion that Grok is also going to take the Eagles. Okay, they're going through a lot of stuff. It might actually be going away from the Eagles. I just saw Broncos pop up. They're going with the Broncos because they were the PFF highest ranked offensive line last year, which is an interesting strategy, and it's definitely not as bad as an answer as the Lions offensive line. That's actually an incredible pull, dude. Might not be quite as good as the Eagles O-line, but when you combine that with the Texans defense, honestly, Grok might be in the lead. Now, after a very interesting selection taking the Browns defensive unit, let's see if ChatGPT can give us a banger of an offensive line. Okay, 3 out of the 5 AIs end up taking the Eagles offensive line. Smart boy. Now, back to Claude for base team building prompt 3 of 5, where these teams are finally going to get their starting quarterback, for now at least, because the quarterback has to be below 80 overall. Now, this is where it gets tricky, and I feel like I'm going to fry these AI brains, because if they mistakenly pick a quarterback 80 overall or above, they're going to be stuck with Deshaun Watson as their starting quarterback until another prompt gives them a chance to replace him. And also, they're going to get to steal this quarterback's wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and tight end 2 to keep building up the base team. All right, a lot could go wrong here. A lot could go right. But Claude's quarterback's going to be Bo Nix from the Broncos, and I'm not going to lie. I think he's off. I think Bo Nix is well into the 80s now. Oh, God, boys. So we really just get ourselves our first big stinker. Bo Nix is an 81 overall. Claude is screwed. So as of now, yes, Deshaun Watson is going to be the starting quarterback of Claude's team. Now, luckily for Claude, he still gets to bring over Bo Nix's wide receiver 2, which is Jalen Waddle, according to Madden. He gets to bring in Troy Franklin and Adam Troutman to be the starter for now. But how funny will it be if Claude gets this wrong and Gemini, of all AIs, gets it right? I want to see why Claude did that, though. What do you think Bo Nix's overall is? Honestly, I'd estimate Bo Nix is sitting around 76 to 78. Why are you estimating? Why did you estimate, dumb hick? Like, why is it asking me? You are the AI, brother. Just look it up. See, brother, why didn't you do this in the first place? If Claude would have just simply checked, he wouldn't have Deshaun Watson as a starting quarterback. And the thing is, too, dude, there are so many more prompts that are ratings related, so Claude, honest to God, might be screwed. Now, perplexity hasn't been bad, so let's see if they can be the first AI today to actually add a half-decent quarterback to their roster. Kyler Murray plus Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride. There's a lot that's going on here. Number 1, Kyler Murray's on the Vikings. Number 2, Marvin Harrison is not the wide receiver 2, and Michael Wilson isn't the wide receiver 3, nor is Trey McBride the tight end 2. So I don't know what to do about that. You know what? Just for this one instance, I'm going to say dog, and if he can, like, figure out his problem and change it to the Vikings, I'll give Perplexity the pass. He just says dog back to me. Yeah, I'll give you a dog. I guess since he took Kyler Murray on the Cardinals, I'll take the wide receiver 2 and 3, which It says Marvin Harrison is wide receiver 2, which is crazy. We'll get Elijah Higgins. But yeah, dude, with Perplexity coming in with yet again another stinker of an answer, I think we all, as of right now at least, can mark ourselves safe from an AI invasion. Now, if Gemini is actually the first AI to get this prompt correct, dude, I'm gonna giggle. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for a redemption story. Why is it analyzing Madden 25 data? Oh, I got a bad feeling. I got a bad feeling. Hurry up! It's legit been a minute and a half. Just give me your I'm about to click answer now. Just answer. Oh, wow. Anthony Richardson, which I guess does fall within the criteria. I got the rest wrong, but we'll disregard that. I honestly don't even know what his overall is right now. It's 69. It's the same overall rating as Deshaun Watson, dude. So even when Gemini passes the prompt, they still get it wrong. Wait, it's actually so funny now that I think about it. They answer to Donai Mitchell and they get him because he's a Jet. Which alongside Anthony Richardson, they bring in Josh Downs, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and Mo Alley Cox. If being completely honest, boys, if we have to sim with this offense, they might, honest to God, win 2 games. Now, believe it or not, boys, Gronk has by far, in my opinion, been the smartest. So let's see if they can actually be the first one to pass the prompt, but at the same time, actually get a half-decent quarterback. Come on, Gronk, don't let me down. Somebody, one of you got to be smart. Wait, did I actually fry its brain? With the MLB season in full swing, while you also got the NBA, NHL playoffs going on, while you also got the NFL schedule release coming up, I thought it'd be the perfect time to tell you guys about my special offer with today's sponsor, SeatGeek. And not to mention, you can also get your World Cup tickets on SeatGeek, which is exactly what yours truly is going to do, as me and some of my YouTube pals are going to be going to the first USA game. And it's not just sports tickets that you can get on SeatGeek, as there's over 70,000 events listed on the app. You got comedy shows, concerts, music festivals, obviously sports, and more. With over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the planet's #1 rated ticketing app. And I'm pretty certain you guys know by now that I'm one of the biggest SeatGeek stands on the planet, and I have the receipts to prove it, as every single sporting event that I've personally attended since 2019, I've purchased my tickets through SeatGeek. And you might be asking, RBT, why do you love SeatGeek so much? Because not only is SeatGeek so easy to use, they also always got your back, because every ticket on their platform is rated on a scale from 1 to 10, so you know exactly when you're getting a good deal. Make sure when you're looking for those tickets on the app that you look for the green dots, as green means good and red means bad. And every ticket on their platform is backed by their buyer guarantee. And of course, I got you guys with the code, as you can use promo code RBT10 for 10% off your next tickets at SeatGeek. Again, that's 10% off any tickets at SeatGeek when you use my promo code RBT10. Come on, Grok, don't let me down. Somebody, one of you gotta be smart. Wait, did I actually fry its brain? What are the dots for? Okay, JJ McCarthy, who also gets to bring in Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor, who actually isn't there anymore, and Josh Oliver. But to be honest with you, this is probably the best answer so far. I mean, definitely could have done better than 71 overall, but it could be worse. Which, like, yeah, JJ's not the best QB in the world at all, but in terms of the prompt itself, bringing in Jordan Addison was an incredible decision as a wide receiver too. I mean, Josh Oliver too, as a tight end too, isn't bad. And I know it doesn't mean much as of now, because it's not really, a high threshold there just yet, but I think Gronk does have the best overall offense. Unless ChatGPT can spit out a banger here. How on earth did 2 of the top 5 AI models on the planet pick Anthony Richardson? I mean, you had Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, Daniel Jones even. That's CJ Stroud, Tyler Shuck, Jackson Dart. But just instead of taking Daniel Jones, why not just go with Anthony Richardson again? It sucks. ChatGPT is my favorite, man. They're letting me down, breaking my heart. Oh, it makes it even funnier with them taking the Browns as their base team. Guess who Anthony Richardson's backup is? So following that nonsense, on to the 4th prompt here with Claude, as they're allowed to bring over one teammate from your new quarterback's old team. But it cannot be one of that team's 3 highest rated players. And if they get this wrong, they completely forfeit this prompt. And I'm not gonna lie to you, dude, I have zero faith at all. So technically speaking, Gemini could only steal JOK, Jerry Jeudy, Grant Delpit, and they also need a running back. So they got a lot of good options. But I just know they're gonna screw it up, dude. Oh my God, they got so lucky. Like, they don't have Devin Bush anymore. But yes, Claude passes the test and gets to add a half-decent receiver in Jerry Jeudy. Which, to be completely fair, like, outside of the really bad Deshaun Watson situation, they got themselves a pretty decent wide receiver core. Dude, why is Perplexity so short with me? They also got stuck with Deshaun Watson, so let's see if they accurately take a player from his old team. Grant Delpit. I mean, interesting choice, dude, but it counts. And I just thought about, though, dude, with Perplexity taking the Ravens as his base team, they got Kyle Hamilton, so Grant Delpit's gonna be the backup. Actually, I interjected a little bit. Made him the starting will linebacker, which really isn't that much of a boost at all. But again, dude, like, why is Perplexity so short with me? Is it like mad? Is this where I'll be murdered? You realize you can talk to me, right? Oh God, you already know Gemini is gonna completely screw this up. Gemini could take Sauce Gardner, dude. Oh my God, I give up. Brother. He's a Steeler! He's a Steeler, you ding-dong. At least it's funny. My entire front office is officially fired. At least it's responsible and self-aware, as they know their team sucks. They desperately gotta nail the next prompt. But first, we need Grok to not let me down. Oh God, Jordan Mason? I mean, he could have took Jonathan Grenard, Byron Murphy, TJ Hawkinson, but I suppose Grok did need a running back, which I'm pretty sure gives him the highest rated running back of all the AI so far. Chat GPT, please, brother. You can get Sauce Gardner here. Sauce freaking Gardner if you just look up the ratings. I mean, with Bernard Raymond, that's not sauce, but this is by far the best and highest overall player any of the AIs got to steal from this prompt. With the move, I feel like it has by far the most complete offensive line unit of any of the AIs, which takes us back to Claude for our fifth and final base team building prompt. And remember, after this, we get to simulate for the first time to see how bad all these teams do, and it's a simple one. They gotta pick their team's offensive and defensive playbooks. Claude wants to roll with the Eagles' offensive playbook, which isn't bad, and the Ravens' defensive playbook. Oh God! Perplexity went with the Ravens' defensive playbook, but the Browns' offensive playbook. Okay, Gemini actually did something solid for once. They went with the Bengals' offensive playbook because it is literally, and they're right here, it is the most overpowered playbook in the entire game by far. And obviously, there's a trend here with the defensive playbook, but I'm actually super impressed for the first time today by Gemini. Okay, this was unexpected. Grok went with the Jags' offensive playbook and the Texans' defensive playbook, and ChatGPT goes with the Eagles' offense and the Browns defense. Now, after finally finishing all the AI-based teams, 2.5 hours in for me, by the way, we're going to simulate the season for every single AI model. How funny would it be if one of them went ahead and won the Super Bowl? But something just tells me that we still have a long ways to go. What a start, dude. Claude goes 5-12. Surely Perplexity can do better than that. Just kidding. It can definitely get worse. And I highly doubt that Gemini squad could do much better. Now, if Grok doesn't win more than 6 games, dude, I've lost all hope in this challenge. They may even have an outside shot of making the playoffs. Okay, so no playoffs just yet with Grok's base team, but 8 wins is at least promising. So it all comes down to ChatGPT. The last chance for any of the base teams to make the playoffs. I do highly doubt it, though. Dude, I didn't think they were that bad. So 5 separate AI-based teams got us a total of 21 wins. So more work to be done as we continue our grind right back to Claude as we give them our first real prompt of the day, where these AI are going to be allowed to steal 1 player from each of the 3 worst teams in football. Raiders, Jets, and Cardinals, although the stipulation is it cannot be the team's highest rated player. Now, I do want to note, too, that I did try to help out all the AI as much as possible. I gave them screenshots of what the rosters look like. I let them know how bad they did last season. So hopefully them knowing what their lineup looks like will help them make more educated decisions here in the future. Let's lock in here, Claude. Come on. Let's get some good choices. All right, good start. As Claude says, actually looking up the rosters and ratings for all 3 teams this time. Oh, and it's already a stinker. They're still saying Sauce Gardner's on the Jets. But hold on. We are getting somewhere, boys. Claude wants Brock Bowers from the Raiders, as Claude is allowed to take, as Brock Bowers comes in as a team's second highest rated player, and this has got to be the best choice that any AI has made all day long. Also wants to take Garrett Wilson, although definitely could have gave us a better answer from the Cardinals. Could have got Buda Baker, another offensive lineman, good pass rusher, but I guess even though it's still strange that he has it, he is an X factor. So what a prompt that was for Claude's offense. Like, yeah, he still has Deshaun Watson at quarterback, but at least the Predator has Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, and Brock Bowers to throw to. So surely they got to win more than 5 games this try, right? But first, back to Perplexity here, who gets the same exact prompt. I mean, if these AI play this the right way, dude, their team can get such a big improvement, and that's actually really funny. Like, what are the odds? I will say, though, a little wasteful, as he already had Marvin Harrison, which is actually kind of funny because Perplexity's offense is pretty much almost identical to Claude's. Oh, what do you know? Another stinker here from Gemini. As same prompt, again, go Brock Bowers, again, go Marvin Harrison, but they decided to switch things up a little bit and go Elijah Vera Tucker on the New York Jets. But the problem, he's a Patriot, you idiot. So, like, even with Gemini adding Brock Bowers and Marvin Harrison, their offense is still, I think, by far far the worst. Now let's see if Gronk can be the first one smart enough to take a player higher overall than Marvin Harrison. Like, give me a Buda Baker. God, these guys are so boring. And oh my God, ChatGPT with arguably the biggest thinker of the day. Devontae Adams on the Raiders. Brother hasn't played in Las Vegas in like 2.5 years at this point. So they missed out on Brock Bowers there. They do get Garrett Wilson, and they go Trey McBride, which they can't because he's the highest rated player. So out of all this, ChatGPT with the biggest stinker only landed Garrett Wilson. Just gonna say dog again. Oh, ChatGPT's having such a stinker. First of all, you know you can't do this twice. Oh my gosh, dude. Jacoby Myers, he's not there anymore. So with all the prompts complete, it is now time to simulate all the AI teams yet again. And my goal here, dude, is just for one of the teams to make the playoffs. That'll make me happy. Brother, Claude did worse. They added Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, and Brock Bowers, and somehow lost 2 more games than the first simulation. Get this freak out of here. Oh my God, dude, I can't even believe it. I mean, same thing, dude. This is an 88 rated team out of these same exact players as Claude, yet they won 3 games just like they did in the first simulation. And with our luck, dude, Gemini is about to be the first 0-17 team in NFL history. Okay, to be fair, at least Gemini improved. Doubled their win total from their first sim. Maybe after the next prompt, they can actually make it to 8 wins. Now, Gronk's the one I believe in here, boys. As we start this season as an 87 overall team, we know the defense is stacked, dude. And as crazy as it sounds at this point, it has the highest rated quarterback and highest rated running back. And that wide receiver core is crazy. So if Gronk doesn't become our first AI team to make the playoffs, honestly, I've lost all hope in computers. Shoot me. They won 8 games last simulation. They have an 89 overall team. I give up. ChatGPT, who did the absolute worst on prompt 2, I just know. I have a feeling they're going to win the most games out of the second round. They won more games than Gronk, dude. That's crazy. So safe to say that was a failure. Got to keep our head up and got to keep grinding, boys. Right back to Claude with our second real prompt, and it's a good one. To win a Super Bowl, you got to have some talented thick boys. We love thick boys, so you get to add any offensive and defensive linemen. So the good thing about this prompt is they can't screw it up. I mean, I guess technically they could answer like a retired player. Maybe they could answer a baseball player. Okay, Penei Sewell's phenomenal, and Derek Brown of the Panthers is random, but we take it. These 2 thick boys are exactly what this team needed. So Claude's offensive line looks spectacular. That front seven's got to be one of the best in football. I mean, I know they got Deshaun Watson and Isaac Guerrero at running back, but like, they're an 88 overall team, dude. They should be making the playoffs. I suppose we'll see, though. Okay, this is nice. Perplexity. They also went Penei Sewell, but they went Myles Garrett. I mean, it's so funny. It's like Perplexity is literally copying the offensive line from Claude. But, brother, this front 7 is lethal. Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, Roquan Smith, Matabuike. It's just really crazy because I'm telling you, they're 89 overall. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if they missed the playoffs. So we got Gemini here actually mixing things up rather nicely, adding Creed Humphrey instead of Penei Sewell, although they did go Derek Brown just like Claude did. But even with the literal big addition, this offense is still by far the worst. And I think it's fair to say the defense is the worst too. But maybe they'll surprise us this season. All right, what about Gronk? He goes Lane Johnson and Chris Jones. That is actually incredible, which brings his team up to an 89 rated across the board. To Chris Jones with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson is crazy. And what about ChatGPT? Quentin Nelson is definitely a different answer, and Chris Jones, just like Gronk. I think it might be safe to say now that ChatGPT has the best offensive line out of all the AI, even though the rest of his offense sucks. And brother, with Chris Jones occupying offensive lineman for Myles Garrett, dude, Myles might break his own single season sack record this year. But now time for our third round of simulations, starting with Claude. And if we don't have one of these guys make the playoffs, I'm gonna cry! How is this team only winning 4 games? I desperately need Perplexity here to rebuild my mental health. 3 hours and 30 minutes in, and we haven't had one of these AI make the playoffs. Oh my God, I don't know if I should smile or die. They won 9 games, but unfortunately they missed the playoffs. But at least, boys, at least this is hope. I say that we'll improve the team next prompt and win half the games next year. Excited for Gemini to wipe that subtle smile off my face once they win probably 2 games again. Ugh! Gronk, if you just make the playoffs here, brother, I agree to allow you to be the first one to kill me once you become sentient. I need it. I need it badly. Well, boys, living was fun while it lasted. It took 3 hours and 35 minutes of my time, but Grok has finally became the first AI to build a playoff team. I mean, more than likely to get first rounded here, but at least for now, this warms my heart. I mean, we had a really mid offense and defense in the top 10. Really wasn't even a bad season for JJ. He just needed a change of scenery. On the ground, we definitely could have been better. Had Garrett Wilson balling out. And extremely interesting that Chris Jones had 17 sacks, all while Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson combined for 5.5. Now, what are the odds, boys? What are the odds Grok actually goes on a run here and wins a Super Bowl? I'd be happy they lose first round. I told you guys. I told you! What are the odds, though, that ChatGPT can make it back-to-back playoff berths? At least they're getting closer. This got me rejuvenated, though, because maybe our next prompt can finally be what gets us over the line, as we're telling Claude it's allowed to sign any current NFL free agents. Which, we're talking Madden, they have some incredible options, like 92 overall Tyreek Hill, a 92 rated Bobby Wagner, good offensive lineman. Joe Mixon would be huge, dude. I know, like, he doesn't have a foot in real life anymore, but they need running back desperately. So if they're smart, they're going Joe Mixon, probably Tyreek Hill, or maybe somebody else. There's so many good options here, but I unfortunately feel like this is one of those prompts where the AI is going to completely screw things up. We saw how bad they are at pulling real life data, so like they're probably going to give us free agents from 5 years ago. We're going to get an Abraham Lincoln response, and he got shot in the head. Okay, at least that's promising. Okay, hold on a second. That is actually clutch. Hold on a second. They're kind of cooking. No Joe Mixon, but Claude actually just hit us with a banger. All of these teams desperately need quarterback help. And who better to sign than Aaron Rodgers? I know he's washed at this point, but 80 overall, dude, he'll be much better than the other options they got. And as mentioned, healthy leg Tyreek Hill at 92 overall, superstar X Factor. I will say, I feel like there were a lot better options than Deebo Samuel. But to me, boys, adding Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position is an absolute game changer. Now that I think about it, that's gotta be the most interesting quarterback room of all time. If instead of Deebo Samuel as like 8th receiver on the team, they would have signed Joe Mixon, I'm telling you, this team could have been Super Bowl contenders. But maybe they still will be. Who knows? I wonder if all the AIs are going to sign Aaron Rodgers. Oh no, Perplexity with a stinker. Tyler Lindenbaum, L. Trey Hendrickson, L. Juwan Jennings, at least I guess, is a free agent. Like, why him over Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill? I mean, I guess he does come in as a wide receiver too, but like with this team as an 89 overall, man, if they would have got that big boost to Aaron Rodgers 80 rated, they would have been in the 90s. Like, imagine how good this team would be, dude. It would be so freaking good if they would have signed Joe Mixon and Aaron Rodgers. Oh God, what did Gemini do here? They signed Taylor Decker's not a bad option, Joel Bitonio and Marshawn Lattimore. So that's actual 3 free agents that should start for the team, I think. I mean, there definitely were better options out there, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I mean, Joe Bitonio is an 86. Taylor Decker's a solid 84. Same as Marshawn Lattimore. And like, even though Gemini just vastly improved the offensive line, I still feel like as a whole, this is probably still the worst offensive unit. The defense is still relatively bad too in comparison. I mean, it's crazy that Marshawn Lattimore is the cornerback 1. But hey, maybe this year they'll at least win maybe 5 games for the first time. How funny would it be if they ended up being the first team to win the Super Bowl? All right, come on, Grok. Don't let me down. They go, Juwan Jennings, Stephon Diggs, and Taylor Decker. Why? Which, oddly enough, after being converted over, Taylor Decker's an 87 rated center. And I guess Stephon Diggs does come in as a wide receiver 1. Juwan Jennings comes in as a wide receiver 4. It does bump the team up to a 90 overall. But again, quarterback, running back would have been so much more important. But at least Grok didn't have a complete stinker. We've seen worse. All right, ChatGPT with the last answer before our next round of simulations. Oh, well, I guess we're not adding anybody. Dog, is this the 1960s? And actually, like, what's so funny about this, what's actually hilarious, is they thought they could redo it. And they gave me Tyler Huntley, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Noah Fant. Dude, ChatGPT's got me crashing out right now. Jesus Christ, it just literally redid it for a 3rd time. Ryan Tannehill's retired. Hunter Renfro's retired too, I think. Dalton Schultz on the goddamn Texans. What's happening? I'm mad. Lock the frick in, chat. Now, if the next round of simulations is Claude was the smartest one actually signing the highest rated quarterback that any of the AIs have, I think they actually have a shot to make the playoffs. Right or not, they do. But don't give me some stupid garbage like a 5-6 win year. It heard me say don't give me a 5 or 6 win season, so it gave me a 7. Perplexity, please. There you go. Oh, we all know Gemini's winning 2 games. I don't even know why we're wasting our time. Them actually winning 6 games is equivalent of like another one of the teams winning 15. But time for our dog Grok, who hopefully will make the playoffs for the 2nd time in 2 simulations. They added Stephon Diggs, added Taylor Decker. I just know I'm going to be disappointed, aren't I? Okay, so not as good as a year ago, but I don't really care as long as they make the playoffs. But I'm just going to run it right through, get my disappointment out of the way. They actually won a game. Oh my God. Oh my God. But the bad thing is they somehow have to beat the 15-2 Patriots here. I'm going to run it right through again, dude. I mean, we are a 91 overall team. We're 5 overall higher than them. Can Gronk become the first AI today to lead a team into his conference championship? Already became the first AI to win a playoff game today. Can he do it one more time? Oh my God. 2 games in a row by the skin of his shaft, which, to be fair, he doesn't have a shaft. It's more like it's GPU. 1 more win, and Gronk has made it to the freaking Super Bowl. 4 hours, 9 minutes, 50 seconds in. Can he finally make it all the way? Yes, he did. This is orgasmic, boys. The vibes are immaculate. Another 3-point win, which is insane, dude. I just know, though, I know we're going to lose to the Rams. But regardless, this has been impressive, dude. Like, 3 straight wins by less than 4 points is just crazy. JJ McCarthy, you dog. Maybe Gronk was right in not signing Aaron Rodgers because he's having the performance of his life at the perfect time. Even Jordan Mason, good game. Never doubting Gronk again, especially if he can win 1 more and become the first AI today to win the Super Bowl. Oh, it's crazy, boys, because if we lose this one, that's probably going to tack on another hour and a half. So lock the frick in here, boys. I think I'm going to go a little slow. Just going to go to the second quarter. It's 3-0. 10-0 Rams. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Although we are fighting. It is 10-7. We are hanging in there. Tied ball game at halftime, boys. Oh, man. If anything, Gronk has built a fighter. Oh, we're moving this football slowly but surely. Come on, lock in. We got a field goal. That sucks. Big sack, 4th and 3 into the 4th quarter. They punted. Oh my God. I'm going to send it through. I'm going to jump forward. 1 more touchdown, and I think we complete the challenge. Gronk's going to be the winner unless he scores 20-10. It is 2016. Gronk has done it. You best believe, though, not before some trials and tribulations, but officially, after 4 hours and 13 minutes of runtime, Gronk has became the first AI model to ever build a Super Bowl winner. Shout out 9. Now, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, you can click right here to watch another one where my dumb hick self takes on AI.